Let's dive into one of the most talked about and honestly most confusing tensions in Christian thought, the relationship between faith and works. It's a question that trips people up all the time, no matter how long they've been on this journey. So using some powerful insights from Derek Prince, we're going to try and clear things up. So this is it. This is the central puzzle we're trying to solve. You've got faith on one side, what you believe in your heart, and then you've got works on the other, what you actually do with your hands and feet. They seem simple enough, right? But if you get the relationship between them wrong, it can throw your entire spiritual life out of whack. So what is the right way to think about them?
All right, the first major clue to solving this puzzle is understanding a really fundamental contrast. See, getting right with God, it isn't like earning a paycheck. It's not about putting in the hours and getting your wages. It's something else entirely.
This is such a great way to break it down. Think about it. Works are like wages. If you show up and do a job, your boss owes you a paycheck, right? It's a debt. But grace is the total opposite. It's unearned favor. It's a pure gift. And here's the kicker. You can't earn a gift. The second you do something to deserve it, it stops being a gift and becomes a payment.
And this is straight from the book of Romans. It couldn't be clearer. If you're working for it, you're not getting grace, you're just collecting a debt. This just solidifies the idea that when it comes to being made right with God, we are not on a wage system, we're on a grace system.
And this leads to a pretty shocking conclusion, doesn't it? If you want to be counted as righteous through faith, what's the very first step? You have to stop working for it. The moment you start trying to earn God's favor through your own efforts, you're actually preventing yourself from being able to just receive it as a gift.
So why? Why is the system set up this way? Well, it all comes down to one really powerful, basic human problem: pride. A religion that's built on our works, on what we can achieve, will always lead to pride. It makes us puff out our chests and say, "Look what I did." God's way of grace, on the other hand, is designed to completely dismantle that pride and instead build humility and trust. Okay, but that just raises a huge question, right? If our good deeds and our rule-keeping don't make us righteous, then why do we even have the law? What was the point of it all? And this brings us to another really surprising insight about what the law was actually for.
You know, the best way to think about it is like a medical diagnosis. If you go to the doctor sick, they don't just start throwing medicine at you. First, they have to figure out what's wrong. The law is like God's diagnostic tool. It's the X-ray. It's not the cure. Its whole purpose is just to show us the problem, to expose sin, and make us realize we need a cure that we absolutely cannot provide for ourselves. And this leads to another one of those statements from the Apostle Paul that just makes you stop and go, wait, what? How could the law, which is holy and good, actually be the strength of sin? Well, it's a bit of reverse psychology. When the law points a finger and says, don't do that, our rebellious human nature just perks up and goes, oh yeah? Watch me. The law actually stirs up our desire to sin. So what you end up with are two totally separate realities. You're either living under the law or you're living under grace. You can't be in both at the same time. When you're under law, trying to do it all yourself, sin is your master. But when you move over into grace, relying on the Spirit, that power is broken.
And this verse is really the knockout punch. It says it as plainly as possible. The only way to escape the power that sin has over you is to stop trying harder. It's to get out from under that system of law and move completely into the system of grace.
Now hold on. This does not mean our actions, our works are unimportant. Not at all. The issue isn't if we do good things, but why and when. This whole tension between faith and works pretty much dissolves once we get the order right. And here it is. Here is the correct sequence. It all starts with faith. That faith leads to a person becoming what the Bible calls a new creation. We're talking a fundamental change on the inside. Only after that has happened do good works come into the picture. The works don't cause the change, they are the natural, inevitable result of the change.
This verse in Ephesians just makes it crystal clear. We are created for good works, not by our good works. The good works are the whole purpose of our new life, not the thing that earned us that new life. I mean, it even says God prepared them in advance for us. Our job is simply to walk in them.
So that brings us to the final piece of this puzzle. If good works are the result of this new life, what's the ultimate goal? What's the whole point of it all? Well, the answer really unifies everything we've been talking about.
So Derek Prince calls this the $1,000 question.
After all the hundreds of commands and rules in the law, what is the one single thing that it's all pointing to? What is the righteous requirement of the law?
The answer is just one word: love. Love for God and love for other people. That's it. That one thing is the fulfillment of everything the law was ever trying to accomplish.
And this isn't some minor theme either. The New Testament just hammers this point home again and again and again. We're told that if you love someone, you have fulfilled the law. We're told that the only thing that ultimately counts is faith that expresses itself through love. The whole purpose of every command boils down to this one simple, profound thing.
So you can put it all together. If faith works through love, and the Bible also says that faith without works is dead, well then it stands to reason faith without love is dead. You can say you believe all the right things, but if it doesn't actually produce real, active love, it's just a dead faith.
And this brings everything full circle, back to you and me. If real faith isn't just a list of things we believe, but a transforming power that creates us anew to do good works, and the ultimate expression of those works is love, then the most important question isn't just, what do you believe? It's, what does your faith actually produce?